I welcome you, viewers all over the world. I appreciate you for watching this series of prophecy towards the new Nigeria. And by the grace of God, the new Nigeria will be born this year. Now, when we say the new Nigeria will be born this year, it is by God's grace. If it is delayed, it is not the fault of the prophet. Why I am telling you people that the new Nigeria will be born this year, that is the message I receive from my prayers from the Lord to tell you people, to tell myself, so that we can walk towards it. If a doctor tells a patient that you are going to give birth on so date, let's say September 5, and that September 5 maybe 9 months, 2 weeks, or 9 months, 1 day, or 9 months, 3 days, and there is a delay. It's not the fault of the doctor. There must be a reason. The doctor will find out the reasons, and then the reasons, if it is necessary, he will tell the patient. Why I tell you people is because I want you to pray. I want you to continue to be fervent, not to insult me on the comment section. I've told you that we have decided to go through the way of the wilderness. One of the procedure for this new Nigeria that the Lord gave to me was revolution. And nobody is ready for that now. So we choose the way of the wilderness. Our principal said, calm down, and we calm down. So if the people that are supposed to do the right thing refuse to do it, you don't begin to blame the prophet. The prophet have told you what God said, the will of God. What I'm telling you is the will of God. It is now left for us to be in alliance with that will. If I prophesy to a student that you will pass, and the student goes on to sleep, or somebody intimidated the student and take the student right and make the student fail, that doesn't mean that the prophet has done wrong. This is what I heard, and I know it is the will of God that this 2023, the new Nigeria will be born. But if there is a delay, the delay is not going to be too long. We saw it in the Bible. I take my prophecies based on scriptures. We saw it in Genesis 50, from verse 22 downward. Joseph told the people, he said he will die and the Lord will visit them. They should take his bone down to Canaan. And when he died, they were still there relaxing, enjoying. And a Pharaoh came, a Pharaoh that knew not the former Pharaoh came and took over them and turned them to slaves and increased their tax and made them to be slave, real slave. Increased their task. They cried. So instead of them to spend 400 years, they spent about 435 years according to history. That is not the fault of God. That is the fault of man. Man is at fault in this case. It is the fault of man. So I want you to have it at the back of your mind that there will be a delay, but delay is not denial. The new Nigeria will surely come to pass. We see in 1 Corinthians chapter 16 verse 9. Paul said in 1 Corinthians 16 verse 9, he said, for a great door and effectual is opened unto me, and there are many adversaries. The truth is that there are many adversaries. By now, we would have gotten redemption. Redemption has been worked out by God, but there are adversaries. There are towers of Babel. There's a system that is in Nigeria which is satanic, which opposes the will of God. And this system will go over time when we continue to pray, when we continue to apply force, when we continue to do the right thing, because we cannot expect magic when we don't do the right thing. We thank God for our principal, Peter Obi, has done the right thing. But you must know that Nigeria is an average insane nation. Nation that there is a lot of insanity. God has opened the way. We have seen it. There are controversies over the election. Before now, I said it that this election will be inconclusive. God has made it known that it was inconclusive, and then they swear in the person they swear in May 29. They were not supposed to swear in but because all the parameters are glaring. Now, I said that it will end in shame. Shame came. We saw it. I have never seen a situation where someone is a male and his certificate is bearing female, or his result is bearing female. It means that there is an issue there. God has opened the way for the right person, or the person that his mandate is stolen, which is P2B, to come in. So if you see that the what we are expecting did not come, the redemption I talked about has not come, you don't castigate me. You be patient. I pray. I am praying for this nation. And I know the prayer we have been praying. We pray group prayer. I pray personally. And I know that my Redeemer liveth. So those of you that are discouraged, if you are discouraged, does your discouragement come to the point where you can take fuel and put on yourself and burn yourself? No. So be patient. I don't want you to be insulting me, because when you insult me, there's a curse that will be on you. I may not curse you, but the God of heaven will work against your victory. And I don't like it. I want to see you progress. I want to see you prosper. That's why I said this platform is for those that are spiritual. If you are not spiritual, it is better you stay clear. You should understand spiritual things, that there are battles going on in the nation. The battle against the right person in the throne, the battle against the new Nigeria. Everything was glaring on May 26, but we see the murder of democracy. Democracy was murdered. So if democracy is murdered, how do P2B or the redemption come in? So my brother, my sister that is watching me on this platform, if there's the need for you to continue exercising faith, supernatural faith, extraordinary faith, this is the time. This is the time. I know that the new Nigeria will come. I know, and I know. When I was telling you people that there will be serious crisis in Rivers State, some of you didn't believe. Oh, you see that they have made Wike the minister, they have made Wike. No, God doesn't look at things that way. They can make him minister, they can make him more than minister. That is not, you don't look at the physical thing. You just click to what God has said. Click to what God has said and don't bother yourself about what you see. You see what is going on now. I've prophesied this thing. I prophesied by the grace of God. I told you people. And that's why we want to look at three things today. The first one is confirmation of Wike's prophecy. He was a governor, now he's a minister. So the confirmation of Governor Wike's prophecy, because I gave it when he was a governor. I gave this prophecy last year. That's the confirmation. Then number two is that Wike will end in shame. We are looking at number two, that Wike will end in shame. Number three, I've already discussed it with you, that you should be patient about the new Nigeria. The new Nigeria will come. If there is a delay, don't let the delay discourage you. Be strengthened. The damage has been done for too long, about 63 years. It takes time. So be patient. The confirmation of what is happening now have been said long ago. I said it since November 8th. November 8, 2022. Before November 8, I was giving warning and warning and warning to Governor Wike. And in November 8, I said it will become a national threat. What is going on now is that prophecy. I said it in that broadcast of November 8, that there is going to be a serious crisis in Rivers State, in which Governor Wike, as at that time was a governor, now is a minister, will be indicted. Go and check it. I said he will be indicted. And I said it that federal government will intervene into the matter. You are going to see federal government intervening into this matter. Even if they have not come out on me, they are going to intervene into this matter. This crisis will prolong. It's going to prolong because already Governor Wike did not follow the counsel that I gave. The counsel I gave started from June, July 8, September 2. I was giving counsel. I said what happened to him was the act of God. Those of you that follow this prophecy from the beginning, I told you that what happened to Governor Wike is the act of God. That God said he will harden the heart of the political giant. I told you that Atiku is going to harden his heart, and Wike too heart will be hardened. There will be no settlement. I said even if they settle, it will be on the surface, if you remember, that there is no settlement. And I told you that some group of people, I said it in June last year, that some group of people are going to come out from PDP. They will pull down PDP. And one of them is this Governor Wike, which is now a Minister Wike. You have already seen it. You have already seen it. I told you that PDP will crash land. If you remember the prophecies I gave in September 2, I told you PDP will do what? Will crash land. September 2, 2022, I told you that PDP will crash land. And this crisis is going to be deepening in Rivers State. You see this crisis in Rivers State, it will spread. These things are going to happen. Be patient. God is working out things for us. I said it in the G5 that 4 out of the G5, their star is for obedience. And one of them is Wike, and Wike's star is for obedience. I said God has opened way for him to enter into obedience. It is in the obedience that his glory will shine. I gave the warning, but no avail. And I said if it passes December, grace will pass. I still said it even in February 2, 2023, that if he can still try, that if this opportunity pass, there is no way his career is going to crumble. And today I've come categorical by the grace of God, not by my power, to tell you that Wike will end in shame. If you remember what I told you when I was saying it in November 8, 2022, I read a verse, some verses for you. 2nd Chronicle. That's what is happening now. I gave you a particular chapter. 2nd Chronicle chapter 20. Verse 17 to 20. That's what I read. Go and check the broadcast. 2nd Chronicle. Chapter 20. Verse 17. Now I will read it. He said, ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourself, stand ye still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you. O Judah and Jerusalem, fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go ye out against them, for the Lord will be with you. In verse 18, and Jehoshaphat bowed his head and his face to the ground, and all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before the Lord, worshiping the Lord. And the Levites of the children of Kohath and the children of Korath stood up to praise the Lord God of Israel, and a loud voice on high. Verse 20, and they arose early in the morning and went forth to the wilderness of Tekoa. And they went forth. Jehoshaphat stood and said, hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, believe in the Lord your God, so shall ye be established. Believe in the prophet, so shall he prosper. In verse 22 is the major verse. And when they began to sing and to praise the Lord set ambushments against the children of Ammon, Moab, and Seir, which were come against Judah, and they were smitten. Look, what you are seeing happening between Wike and Fubara is an act of God. It is an act of God. God will create confusion in their midst, because what happened that made Fubara come in is not the will of God. It's not the will of God. I told you, if you remembered vividly, that if Wike remain in PDP, the governor is going to approve, will not win. But you see, in actual sense, my mind never went to the fact that is in APC. If you look at it critically in the spiritual perspective, Wike is in APC, but is operating in PDP to bring down PDP, because he is ordained to bring down PDP. It is the duty of PDP to ensure that he's out of PDP. Now, God is going to cause confusion in their midst. So what you are seeing is confusion allowed by God, so that the PDP will deepen. The crisis will deepen. This crisis is going to deepen. This crisis is going to deepen. It will deepen, and the federal government will come into this matter. There will be confusion, because God said it, that he is going to cause confusion in their midst, in the midst of the politician. The politician will begin to fight each other, fight one another, so that there can be redemption. Redemption is going to come. Since we have decided not to carry out revolution, God knows how he will bring about redemption. He will send Cyrus. He will also ensure that the politicians, they fight themselves. They will cause the revolution we are talking about. They will begin to fight themselves. You will see it, it will come to pass. They will fight each other. So what you are seeing is an act of God. But the fact is that this thing is going to end in shame for Wike. Wike is going to end in shame, because the platform in which he became minister will come against him. The APC will come against him. I said it when I was saying it in July 8th and some other platform, that PDP will suffocate Wike, and APC, when he goes to APC, APC will downgrade him. He has gone to APC to have political position, but you will see him being downgraded. That's how you study prophecy, because this prophecy must come to pass, that he will be downgraded. The fact that you see him and he's in the ministerial position and he's being given honor, that doesn't mean he will not be downgraded. He will be downgraded. Downgrading was used at that time, but now I'm telling you that he will end in shame. And it's going to be shame, because God opened my eyes and I saw where there was an engine. The engine was moving. The engine was moving. As the engine was moving, that engine, the Lord said, is working against APC. And suddenly the engine stopped. And I got the message in the vision that this is Wike. I gave a lot of warning. I gave warning. If it is warning, I gave warning. A lot. In May last year, May 2022, I gave warning. I said, God has made a way for you to move to obedient. That it is in obedience that your glory will shine. But you see, the satanic powers working against Wike manipulated, because there was a serious manipulation. I told you of the vision I saw when I told you in October 19, 2022. If you remember that vision in October 19, 2022, I told you that I saw an agent of darkness, and this agent of darkness blew a smoke, a kind of smoke, and the smoke touched Wike, and this smoke made Wike to become restless, unstable, and then wave. So you are going to see continuous waving, continuous restlessness, continuous instability in Wike, and that will crash land his career. His career is going to crumble, and it will end in shame. It's going to end in shame. I'm going to give you a prophecy. You will see what will happen between Wike and Tinubu. There will be serious fights between them. But the fact is that APC will overcome Wike, because he cannot go far with the fight. So it will end in shame. There's going to be shame for Wike, because I told you that what happened was the act of God for him to move and come to straight to obedient party. That was where it would have been useful in this new Nigeria, because he would have been like a Cyrus in this new Nigeria. He would have fought for obedience. But no, the powers from the kingdom of darkness said no, and they waged war against it, and they fought again, and they manipulated, and before you know, it was in APC. You need to pray. Bible says pray for kings. Pray for kings. You need to pray for kings. Things are terribly gone wrong in this country. I told you of the vision I saw from the beginning. This vision is that I told you that Wike is going to become a national threat. Since last year, I've been saying it, and I said it in November 8th. You will see it, it will come to pass. He will run away. He cannot enter a river state. If he's going to enter, he will be very careful. He will run for his safety. Because what I saw him enter a vehicle with some group of people, which I will not mention for security reasons, and they were going on the way, and these military men stopped and took him out, and then detained him in the vehicle and took him away. There's going to be a case where this case is going to lead to national threat. I've already given this prophecy since November 8th, because God will harden his heart. It will come to pass. His heart will be hardened. The ego will be so much that the battle between him and Fubara will be so tough. Will be so tough. And it will end in shame. Later we will talk about Fubara. Fubara need to pray very well. We're going to talk about Fubara. Need to pray. We will continue this series, because I cannot finish everything today. God bless you. Please watch and pray. Pray for our nation. God bless you. God bless you.